Hey guys, this is Kate Ann.
And Pete Jong.
And we are here to bring you your monthly update for May.
Yeah, for the Calgary real estate.
Yes.
In Calgary.
Yes.
Which was probably where Calgary real estate would be,
I don't know.
come to think of it.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's been quite a month, as the last couple months have been. Like the kind of trend that we've been seeing, it just seems to continue, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. What has been the trend?
Well, just low inventory has been the problem, and it's not just a problem in Calgary. It appears to be a problem across the country, and even in different places. It's almost like a friend of mine described to me that it's like the third world's moving to the first world. You know, Canada accepted 1 million more people last year, and how many coming in? Like Ukrainians coming into Calgary?
Yeah.
Is like
1,000 a week.
1,000 Ukrainians per week coming, which we're happy about.
Yes.
We want them to be here. We want them to be safe, and they're great folks, and love to have them as part of our neighborhoods and that kind of thing. But boy, we gotta think a little better about zoning and production of housing and stuff like that, because we are not keeping up, and it's having an impact nationally, but right here in Calgary, big time as well. So what's happening? Like, sales are actually down, right? I mean, despite all this activity, sales are down. So how can you have this many people moving to Calgary and see less sales than you did last year?
Well, it's because our inventory is also down. So that also helps. The new listings is also down as well.
Yeah, new listings are down 15%. 15% from last year. And last year, if you remember, around this time, we were saying, boy, we've got some really low inventory. Well, we're down 15% from that in new listings. In fact, we've been having that for the last few months, which means now that our total inventory is down
about 38%.
Now, almost 40%.
Wow.
I just need to make a slight adjustment here to my camera. And like a good technician, I'm using scotch. So here we go. Now it's not going to fall down. It was starting to fall down.
Sponsor us.
Yes. We couldn't do this without Scotch tape.
No, we actually couldn't. If you guys saw our setup right now, you'd be like amazed.
We do the best we can on the budget we have. And like I said, the city, now what the city wants to do is pay these well-heeled developers to renovate office buildings into residential towers, which, like, if that's a great idea, fine. But I don't know why our tax dollars have to do that. If there's don't get me started. If you want to read that opinion, by the way, it was in the National Post, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, something like that, a week or two ago. Yeah, you'd have to Google it now, but I did write an opinion piece in the National Post where I talk about how stupid this idea is that the city's doing, and how if it's a good idea, great, let the free market do it. But anyways, we'll save that rant for another day, won't we?
Oh, he will go
on. Don't get me ranting about politics or so in terms of our benchmark price, though, sales are down, inventory's way down, but we're seeing price increases, right?
Yes,
year over year. So these numbers we're talking about, by the way, just to reinforce this is all just May of 23 versus May of 22. So it's not versus last month like that. This is a year later. What has May done? So in terms of that, our benchmark price is now
price is at $557,000. Which is an increase from 2.6 of last year percent.
Yeah. 2.6% increase. That's not bad. We're seeing bigger increase in that in some markets. Like, for example, the detached market is up 4.2%, right? Up to, what are they now, like 675?
674,000. So that's an increase of 4.2% compared to last year.
Yeah. What's interesting in the detached market is that's where we saw an 8% fewer sales. So we talked initially about how there's like a 2% drop in sales versus May of last year. In the detached market, we're actually seeing an 8% drop. And what's really interesting is the active part of that market has been the market under 600, under 700. But right now, it's actually it's the homes over 700 that we're seeing increases in, and the decreases are in the cheaper ones. And that's, again, because there's just nothing for them to sell. So a good example of that is if you go to the east part of Calgary, where everyone said, you don't want to buy in Forest Lawn and Dover and all that. Like, they're the best performing area of the city now, right?
Yes, they actually are. So they're outperforming all the other areas in Calgary. Their benchmark price is up 10.8%.
Yeah.
So that's at about $370,000 compared to what it was last year.
And like the really like richy areas, like the Mount Royals and
Yeah.
and you know, some of those Albert Parks,
Yeah.
Albert Park, Elbow Park and stuff like that. What are they at?
They're not even at 0.5%.
Yeah,
They're at 0.3% increase from last year.
Yeah. So all the price increases are at the lower level, and now we're actually seeing sales drop off because there's just nothing left.
Yes. Yeah.
So another good example of that, by the way, is the semi-detached market, right?
Yeah.
Where the sales to listing ratio in that market is over 100% now. We sold 4% more semi-detached houses in May than we listed. And as a result, we got a really good bump in prices there too, right?
Actually, for the first time, we're looking at our benchmark price just over 600,000, so 600,500. So that's an increase of 3.2% compared to last year.
Yeah, yeah. And in townhouses, we're seeing a sales to listing ratio there of like 90% as well. So that's pretty good. We've seen inventories down, by the way, in townhouses by 50%. So again, like, you know, people will say, you know, how's the market? And it's really a question of which market. You know,
Exactly.
It's like, where are you in the city? What market are you interested in buying or selling? You know, and that kind of thing, because the variances between these different markets is kind of extraordinary. So. Yeah, the townhouses, they're selling for close to 400,000 now, right?
Close to 400,000.
Benchmark price.
Benchmark price, yeah, close to 400,000. So that's an increase of 8.7% compared to last year.
Yeah. And apartments has been the story too for a while, right?
Oh, my
In
goodness,
fact, wasn't it a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half ago, wasn't there someone you knew that was recommending buying apartments because he sort of saw that? I think it's interesting because I think, like, in terms of price increases, they're the ones that have experienced the best price increases.
I have goldfish memory, so I don't know. I can't remember.
Just think. I'll give you a clue. He's sitting beside you. So anyway, so yeah, that's the area that, or that's the market that's actually seen the best price increases.
Yes.
So they're up like 11% or whatever.
Yep.
I read a report that said 12. So I'm not even sure. It's between 11 and 12 anyway, something like that. And they're selling now. The benchmark price there is like 300,000 or something like that.
Close to 300,000.
So, yeah, and sales in the apartments now are up 36%. So when you're seeing 8% less sales in detached, 36% increase in apartments. It goes to show you how the variances within markets can be pretty extreme.
Exactly.
So
markets. Yeah.
What was the highest price one to sell this month or in May?
Highest price sale. Actually, can we just talk about how many sales that there were over 2 million? Guess.
Yeah.
How many?
22.
22.
I know.
22 homes sold over 2 million in May.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So that really high-end market is not dead. I mean,
no,
22
really
is not nothing. That's still quite something for Calgary. So, yeah.
So sorry, totally just sidetracked there. So the highest sale that actually sold back in May was for 4.8 million. And that sold in Elbow Park by Gordon Ross.
It was a nice house.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. It's interesting. Once in a while, we'll see a house that sold for 2, 3, 4 million. And you kind of go, ugh. This place, like traditional style, it was built, I think, in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. It could be. But it was built in a very traditional style, a very homey home and beautiful location and all that stuff. It's like, wow, that place is worth every nickel.
Yes.
The cheapest one, probably worth every nickel too.
Yes.
It was in Chinatown, which is like, that's the second month in a row, right?
Yes, we've been talking about Chinatown. So shout out to Chinatown again.
If you want something cheap, man, head down to Chinatown. This place sold for only $85,000, which is, chump change. I don't think you could even get a mortgage on it though, because it was only like 350 or 366
square feet, something like that.
Yeah, it was basically a great big closet in the home that sold in Albert Park. I keep saying Albert Park, complete different area. And the one that sold in Elbow Park probably had a walk-in closet about the size of this condo in Chinatown. And I think the banks sometimes kind of resist mortgaging properties even under 500 square feet and stuff like that. So you'd probably have to buy it cash, but that's why it's 85,000. We did see one in the same building, or at least in the same area, right?
We did, yeah. That one was actually fully reno though, so it sold for 124,000.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 124,000. So hey, you buy a little place for 85, put a couple G's into it, and
Exactly.
actually that guy probably did a little more. Granite countertops and all kinds of
Yes.
stuff in this little
Did all the
Chinatown
works.
condo. So
Hmm.
yeah, but he got $40,000 more, so good for him. If you want to know what your place is worth, give us a shout, because as you've seen in this video, or if you're listening to this podcast, what you're seeing is like the the prices are all over the map. The market is all over the map. Things
Yeah.
are going up. Things are going down all over the place, depending on where you are and what you're living in or what you're looking at and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
do get advice from us or from a good real estate agent that you trust before you buy or sell anything in Calgary right now. It's a little
Exactly.
nuts.
Exactly.
And also, I want to mention this: if you're thinking of moving out of Calgary, but you still want to work in Calgary,
Hmm.
there's always this debate, right? Well, do you look in Okotoks or Airdrie or Chestermere or Cochrane?
Right.
And I always hear from people from Cochrane that when you live there and you drive and you work in the city,
Hmm.
you have the sun in your eyes the whole way into work. And then when you're driving home, you have the sun in your eyes the whole time, because
That's actually true.
it rises in the
Yeah.
east and sets in the west, no matter which way you're going, whether you're going to work or not. But if you live in Chestermere, you're actually probably even closer to downtown. Like, it's really fast
True.
to go to downtown from Chestermere. And we've got this beautiful, and I'm talking gorgeous from top to bottom place in Chestermere. It's actually in the Kinneberg area, which is kind of the high end area
Yep.
of Chestermere. And everything about this house has been done with like the top quality materials and design and stuff like that. You really have to look at it. We've just done our second price adjustment on it. It's down from $850 down to like $815 or $814.9 now. So it's like, it's a good deal. And it's like in a beautiful, beautiful home. Everything about this place, from like the curb appeal to the kitchen design. I mean, is that kitchen something?
Yeah, I love that kitchen. I would spend my entire day in that kitchen.
If you like to cook or bake, you want to be in this kitchen. But anyways, have a look at it on my website at 280keys.com. And any questions on it, if you want to take a look at it, give me a shout. I'd be happy to show it to you. But otherwise, any questions about real estate at all outside of that, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. All those links will be below.
Yep.
And call or text us anytime. We're happy to chat with you or to anyone that you want to refer to us.
Yes, exactly. And just a quick shout out to our Facebook page, Moving to Alberta. If you guys have any other family or friends that are moving, please send them to our Facebook page.
Yeah, like we got a lot of people moving here from Ontario right now and from BC and stuff like that. Refer them to the Moving to Alberta Facebook page, and we'll be happy to chat with them there too. So, all right, thanks so much, and we'll see you next month.
Bye, guys.